All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tier 5 MRL round 6, or is it round 7, Giants?
This is round, as I'm
I get
scrolling up to
confused.
find it.
I think it's
Of course, my
7.
phone's on. We will
No,
get
it's
back to you on
6.
this in a minute.
I think we're 6. Anyway, we're here at France. Paul
Round
Ricard.
7.
And we already actually have cars out on track because I was running behind because I'm slow and a procrastinator. I guess it'd help if I put my other headset on so I can hear the game. So the Tier 6 race pretty crazy, huh, Giants? Looked pretty crazy
Yeah, it
towards
was a
the
bit
end.
wild. We had a late safety car to spice things up and produced a pretty good finish.
Nice.
And the
So now,
Ferrari strats, yet again, were on display.
yeah, good old IRL Ferrari strats. Go ahead and hit these race notes right quick. Everyone's on outlaps. So multiple setup philosophies are valid here. You can go low downforce, be really quick on the straights. Go low downforce, be quick through sector 2 and towards the end of sector 3. Will McLaren domination continue? I sure as hell hope not. Drivers to watch, of course, Edge and DMaster in the two McLarens, and then Sean Tilla, which he had a pretty good outing last weekend in his first full-time race.
Yeah, Sean's a pretty good driver. We did a couple social, or I did a couple social races with him this week, and looks like a very solid driver, and he's going to produce quite a few points here for Aston, I believe.
Yeah, he definitely does not. He's not. He doesn't drive crazy. We got two drivers out on outlaps on mediums. Uh,
It is important to know. I believe D Master is on controller this week, if I'm not mistaken.
he is. He's waiting on his pedals.
So, so he might not have the top end pace like he normally does, but
I
I
don't.
look to
I don't think he's
play it
going to
smart
if
here.
the social races are of any indication. And
As our
Knight in the
first driver on the
Ferrari
lap.
looks like, yeah,
Yep, is our first guy on the lap, and he's invalidated.
good start.
Tier six.
Sign on.
Yep, tier six took a while to get our first Val lap into, so
Or actually, Lolly's the next out.
on his mediums. Never really got the whole medium strat in quali. It's not my cup of tea,
I
but
mean, you're
reached
saving a set
around.
of softs for the race, but I don't think softs are very viable on this track. Disqualified
As
Homer.
Homer
He's starting P last.
coming off of his tier 6 points finish.
Oh, Stickman did get in here. Awesome.
Yeah, no, I'd rather just do the 2 runs on softs and save both a fresh set of mediums and softs for the race. But
There are
drivers do
times
opt to go for
I
the
will
mediums.
go. I'll do a second run on the scrubbed, just to see if I can improve on the scrubs. Like if I had a bad first lap.
I say I'll do that for like NA tier, just because a lot of guys make a lot of mistakes, and myself included, and just there's a lot of time left on the table most of the time on your laps. But tier 1 is just so tight, and everyone's so good that you do one lap on your tires, they're gone. Like it's
Right.
not worth doing another one.
All right. So Lolly ran the last corner.
Took a lot of that inside curb, not the preferred line, but he chose to take it.
130.7. It's not a bad lap.
Diego has retired from the session. Does he have a quali ban that I'm not aware of?
He does.
Okay.
And then Homer in the chat said he was disqualified because he was letting people pass on the start finish straight, and he was still sitting in the pit lane. Yeah, this beautiful pit lane we have here is. It usually causes problem every season.
Sorry, Homer, you'll avoid all the turn 1 carnage. Sean is not able to beat the time of Lollipops, and Lollipops' his times on mediums. Interesting.
It's a good sign for Haas.
Hey, Haas now 1-3 with Jim Just Rage, pumping in a 131.1.
It's CJ.
And CJ takes his top spot.
So it's on board with. Let's see what Pogs is up to. Gonna come across the line. 32.9. Definitely gonna want to improve on that.
Your 6 pull time was a 30.4, I want to say. So we're already above that, as we should be here in Tier 5.
I am on board with D-Master on his fantastic controller.
Yeah, it's going to be a struggle here for D-Master, but you never know what's going to happen in these races, so it's always worth sticking them out and hoping for the best.
I mean, just from what I know of him, I'm sure he's been trying to put in the time on the controller.
Yeah, no, DMaster's a solid driver, solid dude. He, I fully believe he'll see this one out and hope that there's some carnage or some good luck on his side.
I mean, he'll score points.
Sign-on is also retired from session.
That had to have been a crash. I don't know, he retired in the pits. Huh.
He's gonna come out of the final corner here.
Anything.
Is he gonna dip into the 130s here? He is, a 130.2. Has he found some pace?
I guarantee he was probably up late last night, just grinding it out.
As next across the line is going to be Omarmo, who's going to improve his time to a 30.0, beating our fearless leader of Pogs. Let's see, where are we here?
Edge is about to come
Edge is going to...
Yeah. Come out of the last corner.
He's going to be one of our front runners here. Not normally a great qualifier, so it might not be anything too spicy here, but look for him in the race. Must be
30.6, yeah. Right there with his teammate, as usual.
Let's see. I think next. Where's this Aston? I think your man Stickman is going to be the next driver to cross the line.
I don't even see him. Oh, there he is. My bad.
Stickman coming off of a top 5 finish there, just beating out his teammate Dido to the line.
Yeah, I missed the last lap of that race.
That was a very close finish between both of your drivers. Stickman just getting the upper hand over Dido as he crosses the line to go P12 with a 33 flat.
Yeah, he was the last second call up. There's Vince.
I believe our next driver is going to be Knight in the Ferrari. Gonna look to join his teammate there at the front of the grid. See if he can do it or not. Looked like a very solid lap to this point. Missed the first sector, so as long as he didn't have a big error there, should be a very respectable time.
In the 31.
Gonna come across the line. Yep, 31.8 from P10.
Vince coming through sector 2. Purple sector 2, I don't know how true that is. Knowing this game, it's probably not very.
He likes to play tricks with us sometimes. It's looking like he's having a very clean lap. At least this third sector. As the McLaren opts to stay out of his way. Thank you, McLaren. So the final 2 corners gets very close to invalidating there. Like to get a nice straight run off of the final corner. Gets the power down. We'll come across the line. It's looking like a 31, 32 maybe. 31. 31 flat. Is there any Tier 5 drivers in chat? And if there are, could you tell us if it's going to rain in the race or not?
It looks like it might rain by the end of the quali, to be honest with you.
I agree, it looks like it, but I would say more guys would be out there doing more laps right now, so I don't think it is.
CJ says stage drives, all sessions, so it's just cloudy.
Hoping for some more dry weather tonight.
Tier 4, we'll get the rain. Don't worry.
You guys can have it all.
We had a rainy Vegas race. Enters the whole way.
I could not even imagine trying to do that one.
I got a P3 out of it, so I'll take it.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have been DNF lap 1 most likely. Let's see.
Ooh, invalidated. Second to last corner. Second to last corner.
Heartbreak for the Williams bunch.
It happens.
Looks like, is it Edge on the lap? It is Edge on a lap. Edge going for a second lap on these tires, I believe.
Is that Bouncy? Yeah. So Bouncy's coming out of the last corner. Ooh, Lollipops with a 29.9.
Lollipops finally threw on those softs, and then is going to be our first driver into the 29s today.
Bouncy finally sets his first
I
lap.
guarantee you.
Gets up to P9.
Guarantee you, Lollipops will not be the last one to get into the 29s, though.
Sean about to round the last corner.
Sean, yep. Sean looking like he's got a pretty good time going right now. Was 5/10 up to the second sector. Looked like a little bit squirrely getting out of that last corner. Might have cost him some time.
Well, 29.7.
Off the line,
good
takes
lord.
P1.
The man's gonna give those McLarens a run for their money today. I have a feeling.
Say McLaren needs a run for their money. They've been getting a little too good here lately.
Agreed.
Let's see, trying to find someone on a lap here.
I think MRK might be.
MKW.
Yeah. I always do that with those two. He jumps up at P12 with a 31.3.
CJ in the third sector, our currently P3 runner, is on a lap. See if he can find anything to challenge these top two.
He's got his teammate right in front of
Got a
him.
little bit of traffic ahead of him. Don't think it'll play a factor.
That actually might work out. This is gonna work out perfect for
Look
him.
at this.
Gonna
Little
get a nice
teammate
little
might
toe.
help him here. The Ferraris have gotten their strats together here, and CJ is not going to get P1. Goes P2.
Back by about 500, 600s.
Midnight in the chat saying Aston needs to perform better. Well, they are currently P1 and 6, so I'd say they're off to a good start.
Pole. Yeah.
Midnight, who won our first race of the season here in Tier 5.
Did he? I wasn't here that week.
I was. That was my first comm duty. And it was a last lap battle between Midnight and I think it was one of the Mercedes, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Toast that he overtook on the last lap to win.
I was watching
Mercedes
all the
been
races
down a couple drivers
on my phone in the car driving back from where was I? Louisiana.
Love the dedication. Speaking of Mercedes, we have
Yeah,
one
it's
of them on a lap here.
I'm on board with
Marmo.
them. Yeah.
Knight ahead of him is going to be also finishing up his lap. See if he can find any time in his third sector here. Try to say his teammate stayed right with him that entire lap. Not gonna come across the line looking like a 31 something, 31.4, improved by 4/10.
Marmo.
Marmel behind him, gonna look to jump him and does. Goes up to 31.2.
Right with
Just
his
ahead of
teammate.
his teammate.
Rage quit, still trying to get a lap in. Or a second lap in, sorry. Came down to him a couple times.
4/10 on his time currently. It's looking like he could
So
leapfrog quite a few
31s.
drivers here, maybe all the way up to P7.
Oh, P5.
Oh,
What a
P5.
lap by Rage quit. Semtex would be loving that.
Yeah.
Even though he
Ahead
stole
of
my
our
reserve.
championship leader, Edge. It makes you feel
I
better.
claim
Jordan
and-
stole
I
a
claim
reserve from
Andy.
Or from, I saw that.
I was so mad.
Thankfully, I only had to claim catching this week, so
Oh, yeah,
Williams
is that
was in a good
Williams?
spot.
No, it's not a Williams over there. What is that? There's too many blue cars, bro. Let's pause on it now, lap.
Knight's on his in lap. Bouncy's starting a lap. Amarmo's on his in lap. Vince looks like he's on a lap here in the third sector.
He's in sector
Down in
3.
P8. See if Vince can find any time here to join the front runners.
That was a really good second to last corner. I like that line.
You want to try to hug that inside curve for the second to last one so you can get a nice straight shot out of the last corner.
He improved by almost a half a second up to P7. I take a lot of that curb. Bounce, he just invalidated as we went on board. Fearless leader Pogs starting a lap. In sector 1, he's going to have a lot of traffic in front of him now.
So we have a car park here in second sector. Hopefully that doesn't come into play for his lap. So all these drivers are going to start to get farmed up here for their final runs of the session.
Oh, I think Pogs is going to run into all of them.
Hopefully he gets most of them on the straight here, not in the corners, but... Or hopefully they just get it all sorted out and he doesn't have to worry about it at all.
He might be alright. So finish this lap with Pogs, and we'll jump on board. I believe that is Edge already started his last lap.
Yeah. Edge is in the first sector currently. Pogs getting a little oversteery. Hangs on to it. Looks like he's going to avoid all these cars here in the third sector.
Ooh,
turns it really early and validates.
Edge got overtaken by that Ferrari.
Edge is invalid.
Gotcha.
So that'll be quality done and dusted there for Edge.
Is that CJ?
DMaster up 10th and a bit here down in P4. Gonna need a lot more than that. Lollytop's disqualified!
Oh no! After being in P3.
Our P3 runner!
What? Why did you get disqualified?
Apparently for blocking the track. CJ's gonna be our first front runner to cross the line. He's up 2/10 currently on his time. So we could have a new provisional pole sitter. Gonna need to keep a tidy third sector here though.
Edge, after he invalidated, I think he waited on his teammate. I think he waited on DMaster to give him a tow.
Edge is...
They're together.
A great driver for doing that. CJ again come through these last couple corners. Has looked like a very solid third sector. Is going to need to capitalize to this final corner. Sean has retired. He will not improve his time. This could be a pole run here for CJ.
I think he's got it.
CJ crosses the line first.
Yep.
CJ goes 29.5. Can DMaster do anything to challenge it? Going to need to find a lot of time in the third sector.
No.
Will not do it. Midnight going to be our next quote-unquote front runner across the line. We do have a spun-out Mercedes. Stays out of the line of fire here for Midnight. Midnight does not improve. I believe that is quality done and dusted, other than our guy Zoso, who I think is...
Oh, yeah, he's at a 150.
Yeah.
He's just crossing the line.
And that is quality done and dusted. Pogs kind of misses pit lane entry there, but...
Oh, when the time runs out, I don't even go to the pit lane. I just go ahead and cross the line. It's faster.
I just crossed the line. But Pogs wants to enjoy this moment.
Right. So the big surprise here for me is Rage Quit.
Yeah, Rage Quit. I didn't see him having that competitive a time going up to P4. I mean, it helps when Lollytops disqualifies himself and is now currently starting P19. So we'll see if he can charge through the field or not.
Andy's usually a magnet for something to happen.
Incidents.
Yeah, people like to take him out for some reason, like no fault of his own.
Quite a large field spread here from the guys that have set times and that have not. It's a 3.5 second gap.
You want to run down the order?
Absolutely. We have CJ in the Ferrari taking pole with a 29.5, followed by Sean, DMaster, Rage Quit, Edge, Vince, Midnight, Jim Just Rage, Omarmo, Bouncy, Deathman, MKW, Knight, Zoso, Pog, Stickman. Drivers not setting a time are Diego, Sign-On, Lollytops, and Homer.
Yeah,
Lollipops and Homer were disqualified from the session.
Lollipops was in P3 when he got disqualified.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Only 2 drivers getting into the 29s are the top 2, and excuse me, Lollipops did get there, but obviously is not there anymore.
It doesn't count.
Let's say it will not be on the final sheet.
All right, so predictions. What do you think?
It's hard to pick against those McLarens. They just always seem to find a way, but I think this.
I don't think
DMaster's
going to make the whole race on the controller though.
No, you don't. I mean, there's a lot of room to spin here. So
Maya Varnell with the super chat.
Thank you for the donation.
£2. Appreciate it. Much appreciated. She said, "Woo, CJ." Yeah, the Ferrari.
Big CJ fan.
I would be if he wasn't in that.
Ferraris have been looking pretty sporty here lately.
They have.
I feel like throughout all the tiers.
I like how last weekend
We've
and
got
hopefully this weekend.
Their fearless leader in Con back.
Hopefully this weekend the Mercedes have another bad one, to be honest. And we have 5 lights already. And we're gone. Looks like CJ all up front basically got us even start.
So we're going to keep it clean here into turn 1. So far, so good. No carnage
Sean
just
and Edge
yet.
both went off after turn 2.
We do have a yellow flag back there. Looks like maybe that was just some guys taking it easy. 3 wide into the second chicane here. No contact just yet as we have Diego around. And a Williams of Zoso. Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Surprisingly, Edge just got by Sean.
Edge is up to P2 already. Up 3 spots here on the start, so what a brilliant start from Edge. Our current championship leader, as Edge has already picked up 3 seconds on the first lap of the race.
Not even through sector 2.
So maybe we say that probably helped him with those 3 overtakes, as now he's going to look for a spot on CJ, thinks better of it.
Flying.
Yeah, I don't know. You got some juice there off the start or something. MKW goes off track down the field. It's going to lose a spot or 2, or 2.
All right.
So far, fairly clean lap. Couple incidents, but nothing too crazy.
So everyone's on medium tires. Bouncy MKW and Sozo decided to start on the softs. And then Stickman opted for the start on the hards. Which, hard to medium isn't a bad strategy.
Lollipops is in. Lollipops has decided to bring it down. Looks like he is missing a wing. So,
in also.
Tough break for Lollipops. Went from P3 and quali to pitting on lap 1.
And Rage Quit got around Chantilla. Chantilla seems to be struggling. And the Mercedes of Bounce seems to get around him.
Mightily. And it doesn't look like he has any wing damage. It just looks like there's no pace there at the moment. Now his teammate going to take a look at him in midnight.
Huh.
I did not see this one coming.
No, not at all.
As we have a yellow flag. We have a Ferrari around of Knight. Looks like Pogs is out there with him.
What did they get into? We'll just say it's Pogs' fault.
It always is.
Yeah, most of the time.
Looks like Knight does not have any damage. Pogs does have a bit of wing damage.
I'm sure.
Left end plate.
Stewards will talk about it.
As we have Sinon lost it up ahead. Looks like a simple spin, nothing too crazy.
Chantilla down in the P8. Judas Rage has gotten by him also. I don't know what is up.
I wonder what happened. Like, did he leave his tire pressures up, or his tires cooking? Like, what's going on?
I do that quite often.
It just doesn't look
like
it.
See, he almost slid. He's
boxing,
in the pits.
So maybe he does. Maybe he does have some wing damage that I just didn't see. CJ sets our fastest lap of the race. CJ McLaren.
See if they change his wing. I mean, that's the only reason why he'd be pitting right now.
The more that they stay the same. Bouncy looks like he just picked up a warning in the first sector. Got a lot of that
Testarossa
inside
in
curve.
chat said
That's our fastest lap.
said that Knight spun by himself. He spun on his own. So him and Pogs might just spun in the same spot.
Pogs in the process.
So Sean, I don't think he changed the wing. He had to have, because now he's still on medium tires. I don't know. I was reading the chat.
I'm curious. I don't know what happened.
Bouncy going
and
down
up ahead, we have Bouncy getting an overtake. Bouncy using a lot of his battery here early.
Ooh, Rage Quit's fighting it back though.
Look for
gets back by him.
Very wise head on Mr. Rage Quit. Opted to save his battery for the second straight and is ultimately going to keep the spot.
Yeah, Andy's a very
Edge
smart,
all over the back of CJ again.
Clean driver. He'll back out of anything that he thinks will end his race. He has PTSD from a lot of races. Oh, here goes Midnight.
Did look to make a little dive there. Ooh. Bouncy all over the back of Rage Quit. Looking like, I don't know if Rage Quit has a lower or a higher downforce setup or not, but it looks like Bouncy has a lot of straight line speed compared to him.
Andy weaving, try to break the slipstream. And he holds him off on that straight.
Like DMaster may have just picked up a warning there in the first set of turns. Bouncy all over the back of Rage Quit again. Rage Quit getting a fend to the inside here. Makes a little contact, and KW picks up 3. Oh, they're going to make contact. Bouncy, that's all on Bouncy. That is not a move to make there, and Rage Quit's going to pick up.
See? I told you.
Looks like he may get some wing damage out of it, too. I think the Alpine is just a cursed car. I really do.
So Vince going up outside of Midnight. Still side by side.
Jim fighting it out. Vince is gonna take a look behind him, maybe look to steal a spot here or two, and he's gonna get one. Has to back out of it. The hole is not there to go to the Midnight's inside. Jim is still there. Make a little bit of contact that might have forced Vince off to pick up a warning. Jim ultimately does lose out the spot for now, but does get down the inside of Vince, and Vince is gonna lose out. Marmo going to join the fight here as well.
There. I think he went off track.
I say he looked like he just got into that corner a little bit too deep.
So now we're starting to split up into packs. You got the first 2, or first 3, we'll say. Bouncy.
Oh, that's a tough break. Rage Quit has decided to stay out with his wing damage, whereas Bouncy is coming in to change his wing. Yes.
Homer with a 3-second.
Homer reserving up for Williams today. That Ninja having some power issues out on the West Coast, I believe.
So Andy in chat said, "Good luck tonight, Giants. Can't challenge you, sadly." I take it Andy's not going to be there.
He may be talking about base. I don't know. I thought he would be there, but maybe not. As MKW does get the move done on Deathman.
And Jim's going around the outside of Midnight again. Same chicane.
I'm seeing a lot of fuel lights on currently, so a lot of guys are really hoping for a safety car here. CJ being one of them. CJ
practice race the other night
up front.
Not to underfuel because safety cars don't seem like they happen very often here. Because it's so wide open.
We have a yellow flag in Sector 2. It looks like the Alfa Romeo of Sinon has lost it.
Sinon's had a rough year. Very quiet year.
Yeah, I haven't really heard much of him.
Which is strange because the past couple seasons...
Let's get ahead of Bouncy.
He's been like in the front of whatever tier he's in. So, meanwhile, I didn't notice. Edge got in front of CJ.
Yep. And Midnight's going to be looking to possibly make a move here on Jim for P4.
These guys keep going back and forth.
The Elder Statesman here of Tier 5 as Midnight goes down the inside. Jim possibly going to look for a switchback here. Gets a bit loose out of the first set of corners. Might lose it out to Vince now. Vince going to go down the inside. I believe he'll have the spot.
Yep. Jim backed out of it.
is Marmo almost got in the back of Jim there.
Yeah,
MKW picking up. Is that another 3 seconds?
it is.
Or is first?
I think it's another. I'll look.
Yes,
That's
it
the second.
is. Is up ahead. Now we have CJ getting back ahead of Edge. So these two just swapping the lead back and forth. Rage Quit has decided to finally box and change that wing. Edge going to look for a switchback now and try and get CJ again. CJ has an awful lot more battery than Edge does currently. Bouncy picks up 3. He's up to 8 seconds now with that 5-second speeding penalty.
CJ, it's still side by
As
side.
Vince gets by Midnight. So far, fairly clean racing. Couple little incidents, but nothing to
Yeah,
write
we
home
still have
about
all
just
20
yet.
cars. 6 laps into the race.
Yeah, this is a tough. You got a lot of runoff room here, so as long as you don't hit another car, you're bound not to DNF. As we do have a yellow flag. Who's that for? That's for the Williams. Heartbreak if you're the Williams team principal.
CJ, oh, we thought about going down the inside.
Edge just cannot figure out who wants to lead this race, and that's allowing DMaster to catch back up as DMaster cut the corner and picks up 3.
That's controller problems.
Watch him do it. That's not just controller problems for that one. I pick up quite a few warnings there as well, and I am not on controller.
DMaster's usually pretty clean though when it comes to penalties.
That's the thing, so am I. This track just knows how to bring out time penalties, I think. It's very easy to pick them up and very easy to do it pretty quickly, too. As Midnight and Vince are going side by side to the backstretch chicane.
He's still there.
This 4th through 7th battle just cannot get sorted out here.
No. Oh,
we have a yellow flag. It's one of the Red Bulls and Diego.
No. It's MK.
Oh, my goodness.
MKW.
Diego's not going to get called up to the big team racing like that. The officer looks like he let Stickman by, possibly.
Diego, get away from my Rebels, please.
As up back towards the front. D-Master's just outside of the DRS of CJ.
And these front 3 have basically just taken off. They're 4.5 seconds in front of P4.
Midnight gonna go down the inside of Vince here into turn 1. Looked like he thought better of it. Just didn't have a move there. MKW picks up 5 seconds for speeding. Him up to 11 seconds at time penalties.
Nice. You gotta love that if you're the Red Bull team principal.
As D-Master has now gotten into the DRS of CJ, so he has joined the fight of these front 3. If you're CJ here, I'm doing what he's doing. I'm just sitting, saving some fuel, not making sure I don't pick up warnings. You've got these 2 covered on time penalties, and you got great pace. There's just no reason to really fight it too hard at the moment.
Midnight getting back around Vince for P4. Vince is fighting it back, though.
These guys just cannot sort this out.
It's funny because
they are all fighting hard, too.
That's the same exact view we got last lap. Same spot on the track.
Vince does take the spot there from Midnight. Some big gaps starting to form. Diego catching up to Stickman. Gonna look around the outside. See if Stickman just kind of gives it to him. Diego gonna still hold it. So far, so good. Playing nice. Playing nice. Diego picks up 3 seconds for his troubles. And Stickman holds it for now and will.
And CJ just took.
As CJ takes the spot.
Sean with 3 seconds.
Sean picking up 3 seconds. Down there in last. Just has not had any race pace.
I don't understand what happened. Because he was flying.
It's not like he's been charging back up to the field. He's just got nothing. His homer lets his teammates so by. Love to see it. We have a caution flag for Sector 2. Oh, it's Midnight. Midnight's looped it around.
CJ just took back over the lead.
I believe Midnight's going to hang on to P7 here, but he lost a lot of time. His front 3 that he was battling with.
Yeah, Deathman's
CJ
going
and
to
Edge
gain
fighting
time
it
on
out.
him all the way down that straight.
CJ and Edge just continue to fight it out for the lead. DMaster closing in. Won't have a move here. Edge looks like he's just going to give it up, possibly. Yes, he will.
It's smart. No reason.
Like
There's no reason to fight anybody up there right now. Oh, so far
you're the front
field.
3. You're clearly the front 3. At this point, you just kind of sit and ride. There's no reason to get too crazy with your battles.
Gaslight is on though. That's a Williams.
A lot of guys, yeah. Gaslights are on. It's the Williams of Homer.
I'm just talking about the front 3. CJ is the only one with the fuel light on.
Yeah, is Edge is gonna once again look for the battle here.
Oh, DMaster
gonna look for a battle as well.
Oh,
he hits his teammate. The Williams have collided. The Williams have made a collision.
You mean the McLarens?
One of them definitely has wing damage. Oh yeah, McLaren.
Yeah, DMaster has no front wing.
I got too excited. That's a VSC for DMaster's lack of a front wing. Edge looks like he did escape it with no damage. And some guys are going to try
jumping in the pits.
Grab a cheeky pit stop out of this. Yeah.
Mod said, "Oh, the golden rule."
Night, hogs. Yeah, never take your teammate out. As we have a couple of drive-throughs now. Looks like someone else also got one. Let's see if I can find the penalties. Deathman and Midnight. Oh
Lord.
They were right next to each other. Probably trying both to get a good restart out of that. And both ended up picking up drive-throughs. Oh my goodness, DMaster. Thankfully for him, he's gonna be able to slap on the hards.
Oh, Knight just picked up 3 seconds. And DMaster's having a tough time keeping that on track.
Yeah, he's going to lose a lot of time here as Vince is going to be all over the rear of him now. But what I was saying is, the good thing for DMaster is he's going to be able to slap on the hards and go to the end. It's just going to be the time that he lost getting to the pits and the time it takes to get the new wing on there that's going to hurt him the most.
And think the bottom half of the field just pit. The top half didn't.
This is true. Homer picks up another 3.
Midnight, another 5.
And all of a sudden, CJ is comfortably out front. And his fuel light is off, so CJ is looking like he's in a prime position right now.
The VSC saves that fuel level.
Quite a few guys in now. Midnight and Deathman serving their drive-through.
Smart. Go ahead, get it out of the way. It drives me crazy to watch people hold on to it for 3 laps.
Let's say at this point, there's really nothing to gain from it.
So we got Edge with 3 seconds of penalties. Diego Lego with 6. Midnight with 5. Bouncy with 8. DMaster with 3. Knight with 3. MKW with 11. Shantilla with 3. And Homer with 11. And Sezo just picked up 3.
He also picks up another 3.
Oh, that's his first.
Oh. I'm getting too confused here with all these penalties. They're all over the place.
Right. Ooh, Fallen Dan in chat says
like
Edge has side pod damage.
That's not going to kill him, but it's going to hurt him. It looks like Vince is even gaining some time on him now. CJ's opted to come in now and get his pit stop out of the way. A little early, but I don't think he really has anything to lose at this point.
From P10 down, everyone is pit.
Deathman picks up 3. It's looking like CJ might even come back out here in P5, so it's hard to see CJ losing this race at this moment, but that's why we run these races, and that's why we run them all the way to the end. Anything can happen.
Yeah, I never retire in the pit lane until I'm a lap down.
Bag of lollipops. And that's my biggest cringe is seeing guys retire in the pit lane. That's like
you're a lap down,
my one golden rule.
Oh, Warmo just spun. No fault of anybody.
You
Oh,
hate to
reset the
see-
track.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I hate to see it for Mercedes.
Who? Oh, I love to see it from Mercedes.
As
All you
DMaster
gotta do
has
is
gotten ahead of Lollipops. Lollipops has just not been able to get back up through the field here after spinning early and having to come get a new wing.
All you have to do is read the rule book. Everyone knows that you don't reset the track.
I believe that's an automatic DSQ for Amaro, if I'm not mistaken as well.
I already got it, Jacob. I did it instantly.
Fox picks up 3.
So this midfield battle from
And DMaster's
P8.
all over the Battle of Deathman now.
Yeah, this little 5-car battle. Oh lord, was that contact?
Real aggressive fighting it. Almost made contact. We do have a yellow flag. For what? There's another Mercedes getting pretty aggressive here. Bouncy on Midnight. Midnight holding him off for now.
Yeah, this is about to get aggressive. This little 4-car battle. DMaster got around Deathman.
DMaster does get the spot on Deathman. DMaster obviously on a lot fresher tires in this lot, so expecting to have a lot better pace. Now Bouncy's going to look for a move on Midnight. Would be surprised if he doesn't get it. DMaster also going to look for a move on Midnight. Might even look for a move on Bouncy here if he's got the pace. Does not. Oh, he hits again!
Oh no!
Again hit someone into turn 1. Thankfully for him, this time it wasn't his teammate.
Punju, your guys right now. He's not watching, or else he would be all over the chat right now. Or either that, or he's so frustrated that he's not talking.
DMaster's just shooting himself in the foot here. Did he get any damage from that? I wonder. Once this broadcast camera decides to switch, it does not look like he does have any.
No.
He avoided damage, but he'll almost certainly pick up a 5-second penalty for his troubles.
I agree with that, Andy, and I agree with that also, Mod. I feel sorry for anybody who gets. Mod said he feels sorry for anybody that gets tangled up with Omarmo now, because Omarmo's he's getting DSQ'd anyway.
It is his responsibility to retire in pits. Obviously, he didn't.
Well, the rule doesn't say that you have to retire in the pits.
There,
it just says that it's a race disqualification. But I mean, yeah,
CJ
you should just go to the pits
and
retire.
CJ makes quick work of Omarmo.
Does it say that in the rulebook, Mod?
As we have
Deathman, 5 seconds.
Deathman picks up 5.
Stickman, my tier 6 driver, up here reserving up in P6. I love it.
I hit the stage of the race where it's hard to keep track of where everyone is and what tires they're on. I've yet to see a safety car in this race, so I don't know if Yellow Snowman's in chat, but I don't know if you have a bet on the safety car deal or not.
Yeah, all we had was that one VSC when the McLarens hit each other. So, Edge, Ormano, Diego Lego, Stickman, and Midnight have yet to pit.
Ooh, Bouncy almost had a moment there coming out of Sector 2. So it's going to take the spot from him. Rage Quit coming up onto the back of him.
Oh, I agree, Mon. Like, I think y'all should probably put that in the rule book. Like, but I mean, they don't read it anyway, or else they would know not to reset the track.
DMaster got a little bit argy-bargy there with Midnight.
Lollipops. Oh, I thought Lollipops was going to try to take advantage of it.
He still might, as we have a yellow flag deck there in Sector 2. Still don't know what that was for.
Either Williams or an Alpine.
I think that'd be Mr. Pox.
Vince looks like he's lining up something on Stickman. Gonna get him here on the main straight.
It should be pretty quick work here for Vince if I'm had to guess. Marmo does come into box for a fresh set of softs. Interesting.
He should just. Caution.
We have a yellow flag. We have a Ferrari of night around. Does get back going, and we'll have to fight sign on once he does. Omar going to rejoin here. That's pretty tight between him and Rage Quit.
I cannot stand that pit lane.
Let's say that's not all Marmo. That's just poor track.
That pit.
Poor track design.
Can you see tires? You sure can, mod. So CJ
picks up another 3.
Sitting technically P1, Vince P2, DMaster P3, but DMaster definitely has penalties coming his way.
If you're wondering how much time Edge is losing with that side pod damage, or Jim Just Rage has caught up to the back of him.
Oh Lord, I just noticed
yellow
that.
Flag. Looks like for Mr. Pogs. And we have a VSC. So this is going to actually work out pretty good here for Jim.
Yeah.
Jim's going to gain a ton of time along with Edge.
He should hit the pit lane right now.
Yeah, this is great for them. CJ should still comfortably be in the lead.
But yeah, they'll still come out P2, P3. As long as the VSC
this
stays
is really
going to
hurt Mr. Vince down there in P5. Just boxed a lap or 2 ago, and now he's going to lose a ton of time to Jim and Edge.
Edge going on the softs for 12 laps.
Softs. So Jim might do the same here, and Jim does do the same.
Diego 5 seconds
Diego
speed in
picks
the pit
up
lane.
5. These guys are going to come out ahead of Vince. Oh, that's a killer for Vince.
Midnight 5. So many penalties.
Watch out for these drive-through boys.
Those softs are going to be screaming by the end. CJ, Vince, and DMaster, I think, will definitely have the advantage at the end on Edge and Jim. But Jim and Edge,
Pogs has got a drive-through. Someone else has a drive-through. It's Diego. No, that was Deathman last time they got a drive-through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So both AlphaTauris picking up drive-throughs in this race. Not the greatest route to success, but to each their own. All of a sudden, Lollytops is back up in the fight here.
Yeah, I was thinking that earlier. He's like P9. I was like, oh, he's fighting it back.
Does not have great tires to finish out this race, so he'll probably be looking for a safety car to help him out here towards the end. But
and Snowman said, there goes his parlay.
Rip to Mr. Snowman. As if he didn't have enough moose bucks as he did.
It was looking good there for a while. I mean, it's crazy we still have all 20 drivers over halfway through the race.
That's it. Yeah, no full safety cars either. A couple VSCs.
I think with his bet, that is
VSC.
Pogs.
We do have Mr. Pogs around. And another VSC. If I'm Lollytops, I might look to box here, and he does.
And he got 5 seconds.
And he picks up 5 seconds for his troubles. Penalties all around. Diego still has a drive-through to serve along with Pogs.
And Snowman says, I now have one less.
VSC. Oh no, what will Snowman do with one less moose buck? I think he has like 30,000 or something. Something ridiculous.
I still haven't figured out how the whole betting thing works. I've read the spreadsheet and stuff like that.
I've yet to do it. I'm just interested in seeing Snowman's parlays of what is it, one under safety car and a half for every tier.
Yeah. It'd be different if the safety if it didn't include VSCs.
So took that.
Rage quit with this drive
Rage
through.
quit. Alpine is in the mud this race. So we currently have 4 drivers with drive-throughs. Stickman, your man, Stickman.
Damn it.
Also picked up a drive-through. Now Marmo up there in P8 is.
Unless he hits them.
We know how that one's gonna end. Yeah, this is true.
Glenfro said we almost have more people with drive-throughs than we have people with no penalties. And Diego got another 5. To serve his drive-through, he goes in and speeds in the pit lane. You all have to remember, it's a 37-mile-an-hour pit lane, not the 50. It's one of the slow ones.
Stickman also coming in to serve his drive-through.
That is actually
one
thing.
hits the back of Sean and spins Sean in the last corner, allowing Zoso to steal both spots. Zoso might have gotten a illegal overtake, so he has to give both of those spots back along Sean
This,
and Midnight.
this game
Midnight
sometimes
just gained 3 spots out of that.
This game sometimes gives you illegal overtakes that aren't illegal overtakes. Pogs decided to call
Yeah, we
it.
do have
in
a.
the
Oh,
pits.
Pogs has retired. That's our full safety car.
He retired in the pit. Oh no, that's
Mr.
sector 1.
Pog.
Who's coming up on him? There's an AlphaTauri. Diego. Yeah. Oh, his car's gone.
So
All right.
So these drivers that don't have penalties just got a pretty good gift there, especially Stickman down there in P16.
Right.
Because we have a lot of drivers with a lot of penalties. We have Edge with 3, DMaster with 3, MKW with 11, Lollytops with 5, Omarmo's going to get disqualified, Diego with 16, Midnight with 5, Deathman with 8, Sean, Zozo, Knight all with 3, Bouncy with 6, and then Homer down there in P19 with 14.
Snowman in the chat just said, "Lolly, I swear to God, you better serve that penalty." Yeah, everybody with 5 seconds needs to jump into the pits and serve that 5 seconds to get it off.
DJ is boxing here. I get why he did it, but that's going to give up the lead. We're going to put him all the way down to P4.
I'm surprised Vince didn't. I'm surprised CJ didn't go on the sauce instead of mediums. By the time we get started, it'll be like 6 laps. I would have probably went sauce.
Marmo, our quote-unquote disqualified driver, is up to P5.
I hope he gets on the podium.
Dabs. Yeah, this post-race order is going to get changed around quite a bit, I have a feeling, because DMaster also has some penalties awaiting him.
Yeah, besides the on-track ones, there are going to be quite a few penalties dealt out by the team principals and or stewards.
Now, I'm going to step away here for a minute. Nature is calling, so I will be back.
All right. All right, so since we're in the safety car, I don't know, y'all can't see because the screen's so small. Pretty sure I have somewhat of a black eye. So I was doing yard work yesterday, and I'm edging with the weed eater. And the weed eater string caught a rock, probably about the size of a quarter. And it threw the rock up and just blasted me in the eye. It's not like it threw it at me like it tossed. I felt like someone hurled a rock at me and hit me in the eye. So I learned a life lesson. Wear safety goggles or glasses when you're out there weed eating and edging. Who just jumped in pits? Vince? What's he doing? He just lost out on so much track position. Oh, okay. No? And then he went on the mediums. I'm lost on that call.
I'm back, and why is Vince in the pit lane?
I have no idea. He was on the hards. He was in P1. And for some reason, he came in and put on fresh mediums, and it just cost him so much track position. With most of the field in front of him on better tires.
Oh my goodness, Vince.
That was a very questionable strategy call.
The thing he does have going for him, though, is he doesn't have a penalty yet.
Right.
So. But I don't know.
I don't know. I wouldn't have made that call. Just me, though. I think we're going to get one more lap. I don't think they're going to be able to catch up. So everyone was smart that went in and got their 5 seconds removed. Yeah, not even sauce. That's what got me, Mod, was the fact that if you're going to go in there, and lose all that track position, you better put on and get better tires than the people in front of you.
Gosh, I am still just amazed that Sean has just had no pace.
Yeah, it blows my mind.
P16 was one of 2 drivers, other than Lollipops, who doesn't count because he got disqualified. One of 2 drivers that got into the 29s in quali, and just has not had any race pace.
By the end of the first lap, he was down in like P8, P9.
I'm curious. I wonder what.
Yeah, Omarmo Semtex, he'll be disqualified. I caught it in 4K.
You hate to see a Mercedes disqualified.
No, we don't, Jordan. Pog said we're never racing here again. Okay, I'm down with that. As long as we don't race, as long as we don't race Vegas ever again. Deal?
Yeah, that's our deal. That's for Vegas. Take it or leave it.
I actually love this track, but I despised Vegas.
You and me both. We are in agreement.
And I was on the podium, and I still don't like it.
Someone says Sean might have some body damage. I don't know, because we didn't. It's not like we saw any carnage.
No,
there.
it was right off the bat, like right off from Jump Street, turn 1. He just started dropping. He didn't get hit. It's like
this every track is nice. I disagree, Mod. And I do think this track does produce some outstanding racing, though. As long as guys don't have their heads up their rears.
Bouncy says, I have no quality pace, but a ton of race pace here.
Oh. Well, you should talk to Sean and see if you guys can work out a deal to help each other out.
Help each other. All right, here we go. I'm going to watch from CJ.
So I expect CJ to make quick work of these guys ahead of him. He's just had better pace. Edge has damage. He's got better tires now.
The guys in front of him are on softs compared to the mediums, though.
Com has decided to switch strats. He stayed out in Tier 6 with John does work. Didn't work. Decided to box with CJ here. Let's see if this one will work out better for him.
No. Pogs, no. Pogs went 18-16 wings.
Pogs.
That's why. That's why.
Pogs, you gotta talk to someone about these setups. Because that is just not the move.
I went pretty high downforce. Or I'm going pretty high downforce.
16-6. That's a yellow snowman setup right there.
Right. Mod says 0-0 is the move.
As Edge has gone early here. Caught Jim a little bit out, but nothing too bad. So far, so good with everyone. No one having any moments yet. DMaster's gonna have a go here on Marvo.
Please don't cause
Close,
nothing.
but
I'd hate to see a Marmo cause damage to somebody or something being disqualified.
DJ's gonna make quick work of Jim here. Zoso now up onto the back of Marmo. Please. Please, please, please. Allow him to get by without any issues. As down the order, we have some shuffling going on. Midnight is up. Homer almost lost it down there in P15.
Sozo's going down the inside. Oh, nope. Tucked back in behind Omarmo. Knight took a peek down the inside of Sozo.
So I thought Knight might have had a go there, but thought better of it.
Smart move.
Both drivers dumping a lot of ERS here. Sinon looked like he may have had a moment down the order.
Lollipops left. Can you get him an invite?
I will send him an invite. Yes, sir.
I wonder if CJ's just gonna hang out. I mean, Edge has got 3 seconds.
I would expect it. He's just gonna have a lot of pace. I expect him to make a move. He'll be smart about it, though. He's ran a very smart race this entire time, so no reason to change that in any way.
Sozo should. Oh no, there's no DRS
Still
yet.
stuck behind Marmo. DMaster's up onto the back of CJ now. As long as DMaster can make it through turn 1, we'll be okay. That's been his trouble spot, so keep an eye out
If
for
I was
that.
Edge right now, I'd be like, stay away from me.
If I was Edge, I'd be telling him to get all over the back of CJ into turn 1.
Up DMaster. Going up the inside of CJ. There's a chicane. CJ comes out on top, though. I'm going to be late to my race. Nice. DMaster all over the gearbox of CJ.
If I'm CJ here, I maybe look to just kind of let DMaster by and let him fight with his teammate. As we have a yellow flag in sector 3.
That's a Red Bull. It's MKW.
Oh, it's MKW and Bouncy and the Mercedes. They were up in the end of the points, too.
Oh,
They were running like
MKW,
P9,
be
P10.
careful. Sean's back up to P11.
Quietly making his way up. DRS is enabled now. So still all over the back of Marmo. Marmo has dumped all of his battery out. Bouncy picks up another 3.
Bouncy retired
has
from the
retired.
session.
So that's
in the
going to be
pits.
both Mercedes not picking up any points in this race.
I think I'll be seeing that, a clip from that
MKW
earlier.
has retired. There's been a crash. Homer is also out. Safety car with 3 laps to
no.
go.
Homer and MKW got tangled up. Or MKW spun and Homer just couldn't miss him. I missed it.
That's going to be a killer for these guys up at the front with 3 seconds of
My
penalty.
bad, Mod. Yeah, that's huge for Jim. Jim's 11 life right now. He just basically got a podium handed to him.
Effective P2 now, and I'm going to guess DMaster's probably going to pick up a post-race penalty or 2 for the incidents in turn 1. Or was that incident with Omarmo? I can't remember
What
if
do
it
you
was
mean?
Omarmo or Bouncy. For the second incident going into turn 1 where he hit the rear end of someone.
Oh,
This first one was
I
Edge.
don't remember. I know it was a
One of the
Merc.
Mercedes.
Yeah.
If it was Omarmo, he doesn't have to worry about it, but if it was Bouncy, it's subject to
So as a
penalty.
team principal, what do? Are you going to give your driver penalty points for wrecking your other driver? I mean, technically you should,
I
right?
leave it up to Edge. I leave it up to Edge. That's the way I play it. I mean, this is hurt Edge's race. He got damaged, and he's been sitting with the whole race.
Like I've been
Bouncy
saying
so
all,
that is subject to penalty.
all season, like, we don't get tasked out for stewarding to defend our drivers, to try to keep them out of trouble. You're supposed to be enforcing the rules, basically. Yeah, like he just said, if
I agree,
Punju
but
has
there is-
integrity. Not integrity, tegrity.
Integrity.
Edge passing the safety car.
I mean, there's always give and take
Whoa.
within the teams and within just drivers in general. And I think that maybe, yes, like just black and white is not right to do as MKW is off the session. He is out. Okay. But I think
I don't
sometimes
know,
it is
man.
better to just let one go.
Lolly pit right there?
Lally did pit. He
Unless
just
he had
didn't have
damage.
anything to lose, I think. I think he was down the order. He just wanted fresh tires to go up and fight these guys with.
He's using y'all's old man strats.
What's the nickname? The AARP team?
AARP?
Yeah.
Midnight Masterclass, says JJ. I mean, he stays close, he's going to pick up some positions. If he can stay close enough to Sozo and Knight.
For Soso's sake, that does not happen.
MoneyGram AARP Haas Racing Team is what Snowman says. Wouldn't that be hilarious if next season Haas got a sponsorship by AARP? I would die.
It fit as safety car is in. Lollytops is quite a bit behind the field, so he might lose out here.
He says Lolly's spinning out back there. Oh, he caught up.
He does get caught up though.
Yeah.
Yep. Thankfully, Edge went slow enough for him.
See when Edge decides to go.
Master gets a bit of wheel spin.
DMaster got
Not gonna
really
be all over the back
squirrely.
of CJ. Looks like everyone's gonna get away pretty clean here. Let's see, I don't think we're gonna have any battles here in turn 1. Everyone's gonna go through single file, try to make it out to the other side.
Some of
CJ
these
is all
angles
over the
are
back of Edge.
So terrible. There's a good one. I like the helicams.
Midnight does get the spot on Rage Quit. That'll be a couple points for Midnight.
JJ called it. He said
Knight is still all over the back.
masterclass.
Looks like we're gonna have a fight here for P5, 6, and 7. Knight.
Yeah, Knight looks like he was gonna go.
Challenging on Marmo.
Ooh, Midnight does though. Midnight.
We do have
What a
Midnight
move.
grabbing a
What a
spot off of
move.
Vince. Sean picks up another 3.
Vince is fighting it back though.
And up ahead, Knight is gonna look to get the spot on Zoso. Almost makes contact with. Oh, that was scary. Zoso maintains his spot. Vince is now caught up along with Midnight to the back of this fight. Up at the front, CJ is up to the rear of Edge.
Ooh, Midnight
DMaster's
got
still there,
squirrely.
but not close enough to make anything happen.
I don't think CJ's gonna do anything. I think he's just gonna sit there.
I would say, as long as DMaster does not pressure him, I think he's just gonna sit there.
This midfield though is packed up.
We begin our final lap of battle here. Obviously, these time penalties are going to play a big factor into where these guys finish.
Lon said rules out the window. Unrealistic moves. That overtake by Midnight. That was the overtake of the race so far. I'm sorry.
It was clean. It was fair. Up at the front, we'll see if DMaster has anything to say. Diego picks up a 3-second penalty. We have a yellow
Sean up
flag.
into the points.
Lollipops has retired. That's less points for the Haas team as CJ is now going to make a move on Edge. CJ, you don't need to do this, mate. Oh, he's going to stick it in there
Outside.
too.
Nice. Clean.
He's lucky. Edge just got a good head on him.
They're just fighting it back though.
I would not have been sticking that one in there, but
I do not like side by side through this area right here.
yeah, especially with DMaster closing up on the rear of both of them. Both of them leaving tons of space for each other.
Good clean
Edge
racing.
gonna look. Oh, Edge almost loses it.
Oh, DMaster
Knight
had
almost
to
loses
hit
it
the
back
brakes.
down the order, battling with Zoso. Knight's gonna slide. Goes off track.
Midnight picks up 3.
Midnight picks up 3 seconds. That's gonna cost him tons of points. CJ is gonna come across the line to win. Jim just rage up to second.
Oh, I thought we had one more lap. Damn.
Marmo, obviously, we know.
My bad, guys. I thought we had one more lap.
Mayo's stealing points here in P6 and 7.
Jim just raged at the podium. What a drive, man.
Rage quit, bringing home a P10 finish.
After he qualified, what, P4? Which that blew my mind. I think Alfa Romeo got double points.
Yep, that's obviously this order can change quite a bit.
All right, I hate to do this to everybody. I'm going to show the standings, but my race starts in 2 minutes. So CJ P1, Jim just raged P2 after Edge and DMaster with the time penalties. Omarmo is irrelevant because he's going to be disqualified. We got Vincent P6, Simon P7, they're both Alfa Romero's picking up points. Williams, Sozo getting P8. So Ferrari's double points also. And Rage Quit coming in as a reserve for Alpine getting a P10. That should have been my point. But Midnight, that 3-second time penalty there at the end cost him any kind of points. Stickman up in P12. Chantilla, after qualifying, P2? Finishes in P13.
Yes.
Deathman P14. Diego Lego P15. Lollytops. Homer, NKW, Bouncy, and Pogs D and F. And it actually said rules. There are no rules. All right, guys. Well, Jim, I appreciate you coming and doing comms with me again. I have to
No
run
problem.
because my race is probably starting as we speak.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's day. And we'll see y'all next week.